For today's video, I'm just really going to show y'all how I've been making my stubs. You might have been wondering, hey, how are you able to have so many packs all the time, have all the players, get these collections done? So I figured because I wasn't able to get the player of the month stuff done yet, I wasn't really able to do much yesterday. Had some bruising on my arm where they were struggling to get the IV, and it was just not the best day yesterday, but we're doing better today. But unfortunately, I just wasn't able to get the monthly awards done yet. So right after we get this video done, I'm going to work on that and hopefully work on getting a gameplay with those cards up tomorrow. But today's video, I'm hopefully going to teach some of y'all how to make some stubs, how to get that stub count up, how to get closer to collections, how to get packs if you want to be buying packs. And it's really not as hard as it might seem. It can be time consuming. I will say the more stubs you have, the easier it is to make stubs. I don't want to say like a rich get richer type of thing, but you can just buy more cards at a time, which would allow you to sell more cards at a time. But when it comes down to it, you could start with say 1,000 stubs and work your way up to 1,000,000 stubs. That would definitely take a while, but it's definitely possible. And if you guys want to see a challenge, maybe a series where I kind of work the market, show y'all some tips and tricks or things like that, or just see how far we can get, maybe we could do that. Let me know in the comments if you think that would be fun. A series where I try to go from like 1,000 to 100,000 subs in one video, and then maybe from 100,000 to 1,000,000 in one video or something like that. I feel like that could potentially be a fun series. But I want to say right now, it really all comes down to the way I make stubs. Buying and selling cards, working the market, flipping cards. That is exactly what I'm doing, and I'll show you what I mean by that. This right here will sum up this entire video, but I have more specific details to go over as well, some specific examples, some websites that will be linked in the description as well that I want to talk about that makes flipping extremely easy. But pretty much what I do is I go on the market and I find players that have big gaps between their buy now and their sell now order. For example, Julio Rodriguez right there, that's nearly what? I can't do math because my brain doesn't work, but I think like 3,000 stub difference. And I will click on buy and then go to create buy order. What you're really focusing on is the sell order and the buy order, not the buy now, not the sell now. So I see his sell now price is 11,050 stubs. To maximize profit, I usually just over or underbid by 1. So I'm going to overbid on the sell now price by 1 for my buy order. And I'm hopefully explaining this well enough. I just really want to make it as easy to understand as possible. But I created the buy order. You see it right there. So if someone wants to sell now, it's going to be to me. I am the order right there. And if they want to sell that card by selling now, it's going to go to me. And then once the order's gone through, then I want to create a sell order, and I'm going to underbid the buy now price by 1. One thing I want to say though, you want to keep in mind, someone might do something like 12,500, and that's huge. You might not want to undercut that by 1. You might want to wait on that card a little bit because you could see the buy orders. Maybe you could be making more profit if you just waited for whoever undercut it by like a lot of stubs decided to do that. But what I would do is then 13,943, because that's 1 lower than the buy now price we see over in the left. And now if someone wants to buy the card, they would be buying my version. So right now for this J-Rod card, I have the buy now and the sell now. And I'm hoping while I'm talking in this video, those orders are going to go through. And look at that. Buy order for Julio Rodriguez for 11,051. And because that is my order, the 943, I'm just going to go ahead and create the exact same price. But otherwise, if that was someone else's order, I would be putting a 2 right here. Just undercut him by 1 stub. And look at that. See, someone just undercut me by over 200 stubs. And when you're flipping a lot of cards, those extra 50, 100, 200 stubs are going to add up over time. So I'm not going to undercut that 666 right there. The devil is in this house and we need to get rid of him. But what I'm gonna do is maybe keep an eye on Julio and just kind of see, okay, are more people undercutting? Am I gonna have to lower my price too? Because if I do, we're still making a decent profit, right? Something that I guess I forgot to mention, but let's just go to like 13,555. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm still profiting over 1,000 stubs. We bought him for what, 11,051, and we would be selling him after tax for 12,199. That is over 1,000 stub profit on one card. And all we had to do was spend a little bit over 11,000 stubs. You see right there, perfect example in the top right, Jonathan India just sold for 11,300 after tax. And if you go to some of my orders, you can see I was buying him for 10,001 stubs. So look at that, J-Rod just sold, so we just profited over 1,000 stubs right there. I think over 1,500 or just about maybe like 1,498, which is kind of crazy for that short amount of time. Jonathan India stocked up on a lot of these because they're going for the quick sell value. Same with Michael Perez. I was just bidding one above it, and now I'm selling them for over 1,000 stub profit, and it's really that easy. And look at that, our other Julio just sold. So if I wanted to, I could be right now putting in more orders for Julio Rodriguez, maybe go like 11,045. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the more important parts of this video if you want to be making stubs fast. I'm gonna have 2 websites linked in the description. I really wish this was an ad. I really wish I was sponsored because I love both of these websites, but I just use these to make a lot of stubs really fast here in MLB The Show 22. Both of those websites are how I'm able to tell what cards have the biggest gaps between their buy now and sell now prices, how I'm able to maximize my profits. There's MLBmarketguru.com and showzone.io, and again, both of those will be down in the description. If you guys want, I could maybe make a tutorial video on it if that's something you'd be interested in, but in my opinion, if you just go to the websites, it's pretty self-explanatory. Showzone has a dedicated flipping section, so make sure to look for that, and then the MLBmarketguru.com is just a website all about flipping, and you can set certain filters, you can set certain profits. So if you want a minimum, like say 500 stub profit per flip, you can set that as a filter. So there's filters on both of them. You can sort by type of card, and it makes stub making, in my opinion, really easy here in MLB The Show 22. And like I was mentioning at the beginning, I think it'd be a lot of fun to maybe try a series where I start with 1,000 stubs and just see what I can do, see how far I can get if I could get to 100K in one video. I'm hoping I've been explaining everything clearly. I'm hoping everything makes sense. If you have any questions that maybe weren't clear from the video, maybe comment them. I could try to get a response to you, or if someone else is able to answer them, that'd be awesome as well. But one other thing that I want to mention that always seems to make me stubs, because I never remember to do it. It seems like I'm never staying on top of it. So there's a good chance that at least 1 or 2 people out there watching this video doesn't really stay on top of it either. If you go to your inventory and you just look at your cards, right? You probably have, and these are the free agents, so I'm not really going to count that, but you probably have just duplicates in here. So I could just go through and starting at the Giants. Look, Jock Peterson, I could sell him for about 400 stubs. Same thing with Evan Longoria. I got 3 of them. So right there, that's already close to 1,500 stubs just by a couple duplicates from one team in the silvers. And then there's also bronzes and commons. You might have duplicate flashbacks as well, right? Like, there's so many hidden stubs in your binder that you might not know about. I know a lot of people, including myself, just don't stay on top of it. And there's uniforms that you might have, stadium sounds, icons, banners. There's bats, gloves, rituals, right? There's just so many places for you to have hidden stubs that I know a lot of people just don't stay on top of, or don't ever realize that they might have sitting there. Look at that. I have about 2,000 stubs right there that was just sitting in my binder that I really had no clue about. And it literally sold just like that within seconds. So I'm really hoping that this video helped at least one person out there make some stubs. The market's just been moving really fast. I feel like ever since they've been dropping the collections and more cards and everything like that. And I feel like at least for this year currently, it's never been easier to make stubs. But there's going to be a video popping up on screen that YouTube has hand selected for you specifically. So if you enjoyed this one or enjoy the videos in general, maybe consider watching that one next. Subscribe, leave a like if this video helped you out and you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, I'm hoping at least one person got helped by this video today. Peace out.